Hey guys, it's Caitlin the dietitian. Today I wanted to focus on diet quality in young athletes to support their development as an athlete to be as strong as they can. So, the idea of diet quality refers to eating a variety of foods from our five core food groups. And in doing this, we're going to be supporting the athlete with the nutrients and energy needed for growth, performance, and long term health. When it comes to athletes, there's usually a large focus on things like carbohydrates for fuel and protein for recovery, which means that sometimes the importance of micronutrients is lost. But at this time of the year, we commonly see athletes increasing their training load or volume due to post competition season and starting to get ready for the next season. They're managing hectic school and training schedules, and they might be more exposed to illness during the colder months. This means that it's even more important to focus on supporting the immune system to make sure that their body is recovering from training properly, they're supporting proper growth, and they're building good habits to support them through that competition season. Over the next few slides, I'm going to focus on a few key nutrients to support diet quality in young athletes. So, to start off with, I wanted to focus on some nutrients that support immune health. So, main nutrients such as vitamin A, C, and E are really important to support immune function. This is not only going to support your immune system, but it also plays a role in helping recover from training and adapting to that training stimulus. So, some good sources of these nutrients are things like citrus fruits, so oranges and mandarins, berries, kiwi fruit, capsicum, and kale. So, here are a few tips to help you stay on top of your intake of these nutrients. So, firstly, is to eat a variety of colored fruits and veggies. So, a good little trick is to try and aim to eat at least three different colors in your main meals so that you're getting a variety of different nutrients in the different colors. The second one is to shop seasonally or to use frozen fruits and veggies because these are often higher in nutrient quality, particularly those frozen fruits and veggies. They're snap frozen and so they retain a lot of their nutrients. The next one is to aim to hit those 2 serves of fruit and 5 serves of veggies a day. And the last one is to make them taste good. I know that fruits and veggies aren't always the most favorite thing to eat on the plate, but don't be afraid to add different flavors if that's going to encourage an athlete to eat them. The next nutrient that is super important for a young athlete in terms of their diet quality is iron. Now, this plays a really crucial role not only in the transport of oxygen in blood, but it also plays a role in cognitive function and tissue growth. So, young athletes often have higher iron requirements due to that rapid growth during adolescence, but also due to increased training demands, increased losses through exercise and losses through menstruation for females. So, when we look at sources of iron, the main source is going to be red meat, and then to a lesser extent, we can also find it in things like chicken, leafy greens, tofu, some of our fortified cereals as well. Now, some practical tips when consuming iron to keep in mind are trying to pair iron rich foods with vitamin C because that's going to improve the absorption. So, maybe you're having your red meat and you pair that with capsicum, or if you're someone who uses supplements, you might want to take your iron supplement with orange juice. The next tip is to look at combining animal and plant based sources of iron together. Again, that's going to improve your overall iron absorption. The last nutrients that we want to focus on when it comes to diet quality in young athletes is calcium and vitamin D. So these things combine to support bone health in adolescence. Vitamin D will support that absorption of calcium, and calcium is used to build strong bones. So these are important to build bone strength, reduce risk of injury, and support muscle function and training adaptation. So our main sources of calcium are things like milk or fortified alternatives, yogurt, and cheese. Our vitamin D is mainly found in the sun, but we can also find it in some fortified foods. So, some practical tips to make sure that you're getting in enough of these nutrients is firstly aiming for 3.5 serves of dairy or dairy alternatives a day for our young athletes. So, we can see that 1 serve is equivalent to 1 glass of milk, a tub of yogurt, or 2 slices of cheese. If you are using dairy alternatives, for example, almond milk or soy milk, you want to make sure that it is fortified with calcium. So that just means that they've added calcium to the product. So if you look at the nutrient information panel, we want to roughly have 120 milligrams of calcium per 100 mils. And for our vitamin D, we often have increased risk of deficiency during winter due to a reduced UV index and sun exposure. So, aiming to get into the sun for 15 to 30 minutes a day is going to help you hit your requirements. So, we know that winter training can place extra stresses on our body. So, it's even more important as a young athlete to focus on your diet quality so that we're optimizing growth and development, your training recovery, and your immune health. So, we want to make sure we're focusing on including those key nutrients that we discussed today, eating a variety of foods, particularly from our core food groups, and really building these good habits now so that they can be continued during the competition season. I hope you're able to get a few different tips and tricks to support your nutrition at this time of year. If you were looking for some more personalized support, you can use the code on the screen for 20% off of your initial dietitian appointment. Otherwise, I will see you next time.